Hi crafty peeps, it's Deb here with Creative Life, and today we're going to start our first card out of the January Cardology box. And so we're going to start off with these cute little shaker cloud cards that we've got in there. And then I went ahead and pre-cut some things so that way y'all wouldn't have to watch me cut everything out and stick it on and stuff like that. So I will go ahead and tell you the measurements and everything. So what I did first was I went ahead and grabbed this cut apart from this sheet here. So I went ahead and cut this out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this on the front, okay? And because I want this doily part to show, I went ahead and put it behind the cloud, and I went ahead and traced over this, okay? So then we're going to cut out this part here, and then we'll go ahead and attach this to the front of the card. I did cut a base for the card, a mat. So, and all of these, I cut out 3 because you're going to need 3 of them, 2 for the inside and then 1 for the front. Okay, and all of these measure 4 and a quarter by 5.5. Okay, or actually, take that back. They measure, because I cut it down some, so they measure at 5 and 3/8. Okay, so they are 4. Oh, so they are not 4 and a quarter. They are 4 and 1/8 by 5 and 3/8. Okay, so that's the measurements of these. Okay, so that's what you'll need. And so we're going to go ahead and actually I just so we're going to go ahead and on this one we need to go ahead and cut out the little cloud so this fits over it. So we're going to go ahead and put this mat here like that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and flip it over, and we're going to go ahead and draw our cloud kind of like we did when we did the circle ones for last month's Cardology box. So for the snow globes, so you're going to go ahead and draw a little cloud like that, and then you're going to go ahead and grab your X-Acto knife. And I changed some stuff around my room here, so I'm not sure, so I'm kind of lost here and there. So there we go. So then you're going to go ahead and make an X, or try to make an X, just so that way you have some openings, so when you cut you're able to cut right in the little drawing that we just did right in through here. Okay, and then that way you can flip them open. Okay, like that. So it's easier to cut out the inside of that, so it'll just fit right over that card, or that image, the little image. Okay, so I'm going to grab my scissors, and I'm just going to that'll fit right over the cloud image, and I want to make sure it fits in there, so I'm going to grab my little cloud and put that right over. And so I just need to cut off a little bit so I have a nice border on this side. I'm just going to cut off like 1/8 of an inch right here. Okay, Okay, so that fits perfect. So that's going to be our top mat here. Okay, so we can go ahead and ink your stuff. Okay, and I'm just using the tea dye from Tim Holtz. I think it's my favorite ink to use. I use it quite a bit. So I love it. I love how it gives that nice vintage kind of look, and it seems like it goes with just about any type of paper design. So really like how it looks. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move all of that out of the way, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach that there like that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my glitter art glue. Okay. And I'm just going to go right along the edges here with my glitter art glue. Okay. Okay. And then I'm just going to put that right over that. Okay. And there we go. And if you have your bone folder, you can go ahead and use your bone folder to just kind of smooth out. But you really shouldn't have to use a whole lot of pressure. So it pretty much just smooth out just like that. Okay. So then the next part we're going to do is this part. Now we probably will need to cut off some of this. I just cut the whole square off from the cut apart sheet, and then we'll cut it down as we need to. Okay, so I think what we need to do, and hopefully this will turn out like I want it to, so I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll play it by ear. So hoping this works like I want it to work. Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and like I did, like I told you, I just went ahead and traced, put this down underneath here, okay, before I stuck this on here. Okay, when I stuck it under here, kind of gauged where I wanted my little, where I wanted to draw my lines, and then I drew my lines, and now we're just going to cut that out. Okay. Okay, so that's how it should look. Okay, and we're going to cut this down. So we'll cut it down to about right there. I'm just going to mark it with my pencil. So see how it goes here. Whoops. So I'm just going to mark it with my pencil on from the top part of the mat. Okay, and that's where I'm going to cut right there. So I'm going to bring my cutter over. Okay, so it's just going to look just like that. And because I drew this with pencil, I can go ahead and erase. I'm going to use eraser just to erase some of the pencil lines. They really don't show a whole lot, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and erase those, and then they won't show at all. Okay, so there's that, and I'm going to go ahead and just place that right on top of that shaker card there, like that. Okay, and I think I'm going to have to cut off a little bit of this side here to kind of give it the same amount on that as this side here. So we're just going to cut off just a bit. And I don't know if any of you have ever worked with the Kaiser craft paper before, but I'll tell you, I really like it. I mean, it cuts really smooth, very nice texture. It's really nice. So, okay, so there we go. So, so for this next, so we're going to go ahead and do it like that. And then this piece, I already cut out. Okay, it's going to go right on top of there. So it's going to go like that. I probably will have to try to gauge this to where I'm going to have to cut some of this off too. So, but it's going to go right across there like that, okay? And then for this part here, I'll show you what we're going to do, okay? I'm going to go ahead and cut this down because I want my roses to kind of show a little bit. And I want to try to keep that bird on this paper. This paper is actually cut at 3 7/8, okay? But because of this one, because I cut this down, I'm going to have to cut this. I'm going to have to cut this at 3, looks like 3 3/8, or no, I'm sorry, 3 1/4, 3 3/4. I will get that right. So 3 3/4 is what we're going to do here. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to need that at 3 3/4. So I'll have to cut off that little butterfly. Okay, and then I'm not sure how much, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and cut right here for the roses, but we may have to cut off just a little bit more. So that brings this at what, 3, let's just cut it at 3 3/8. Okay, so we'll cut that at 3 3/8. So now we're at 3 3/4 this way, and 3 3/8 this way. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and ink these two up. And you can ink the inside of this part if you want to. It's not going to hurt anything. I think it'll be good, actually. Give it some color around there. So this is Christmas weekend, and I spent the first day of my Christmas weekend sick. So that was not fun. So then I had to rush out this morning after I got a slow start. And went to Walmart. Okay, so let's see, we may still have to cut some of that out. See, I may have to cut some. So I think I'm going to cut off about 1/4 inch. Or another 1/8 of an inch. Let's see here. Where's my ruler? Yeah, I think I'm going to cut it. We'll cut it 1/8 and go down from there. So I think that looks fine. So now your measurements is going to be at 3 1/4. So it's going to be 3 1/4 by 3 7/8. Or no, 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. Okay? So that's going to be your measurement, is 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there like that. Okay. I want to go ahead and put this on like that. Okay. So I can go ahead and fit that around there like that. Okay. I think I want to cut down just a bit of this more. And that's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So, yeah, you'll just go ahead and cut down this part to like 3 1/8, or 2 1/8, sorry. This will be 2 1/8, and by 3 3/4. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and put some glue on here. I wasn't sure of the measurements when I first started because I knew I was going to have to cut some down to kind of fit it around this little cloud. So sorry for all the cutting and everything, but I just wanted to make sure it's perfect when we do our card. Make sure that I've got all the right measurements for you guys. And then this, I am going to have to cut it down just a bit more. So, cut it down another 1/8 of an inch and see what happens here. Yep, and that's exactly what I want. So, okay, so then for this part here, before we attach this, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to grab some of this beautiful lace, I think is what we're going to use. Okay, and we're just going to attach this like that, just right around there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grab some score tape. And the score tape size I'm using, I think this is a 1/4 inch. So, so basically what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put it right along this area here. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to cut off. Actually, I'm going to cut off just a bit of that. Okay, and I'm just going to attach that right there on the edge of the card. Okay, and that will have to come off, so we'll just go ahead and cut that. Actually, you know what? Maybe there we go. That's what I'm looking for. That way we have some scallops going across there. And then this can be tucked right in the back there. I think we can tuck that, or we can just cut that off. Yeah, just cut that off. So we'll just cut that off there. There we go. So there's your card there. So we're just going to push that right up against that other piece right here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of this. Or actually I need to go ahead and ink that real quick. Okay. Oops. I think I stuck it on there crooked. There we go. Okay. And then what I did was I went ahead and made a little bow, and I'm just going to stick that little bow right there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my hot glue, and I'm just going to hot glue that on there. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cut my little tails. Okay, so we've got that. And you can always glue down your tails so that way they don't move around a lot on your card. So there you go. So, and then we're going to do a little stamp inside our shaker card here. So, go ahead and grab our stamp here. And I think we're going to put for you. So, we'll do that one. So let me get my stamp out. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on the back of this, the inside sheet that we're going to put here. I think that will be perfect. And we're going to go ahead and just stamp it right across that little image. Okay, so since I know that little rose right there is where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and just grab my ink. Okay. And before I do this, I want to make sure. So I'm going to go ahead and place this on the inside, right where I want that. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to scoot that over just a tad. So it's right over where that little rose image is. Okay. And hopefully I get this right, so I don't have to do it over again. So let's see here. There we go. And it's right there, so hopefully that'll work. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and And then for this part, you can go ahead and to attach your shaker, you're going to go ahead and put some glue here. Okay, so we're going to put glue around your shaker. Okay, and here I go, getting messy again. So okay, and then we're going to go ahead and just stick that right there. Okay, then I just need a wipey to clean up my hands. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and put in, first I'm going to put in the little shaker beads that we've got. So these are the little shaker beads you're going to get in your kit, okay? And we need 3 of those. So I'm just going to grab 3 of those. Actually, I think, you know, yeah, 3. I think 3 will be all right. And then you're going to get some really pretty blue glitter to go with this set. So I'm just going to grab, actually I'm just going to put like a tiny bit, not a lot, in there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and peel this backing off of the little cloud. Okay, and then around here I'm going to go ahead and just put glue around the base of this. Okay, and I forgot to ink my edges, which is what I like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around and ink. I'll tell you, I am losing it. Forgot to ink the edges of my paper. I get ahead of myself. I get ahead of myself when I craft sometimes. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that looks nice. Okay, so then you just want to go ahead and set your paper down, and hopefully we got, yep, it's in there, so that's cool. So we got that. So I got a little bit of leeway here to go ahead and straighten this up. Okay, and there's your shaker. So there you go. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we're going to do this side here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the inside, finish up the inside of the card because we're just about done. Okay. Alrighty, so now we're just going to go ahead and put that in there. And okay. And then for the inside of the card, in this set you get tons of sentiments. So it was hard for me to choose because you get so many sentiments. You get all of this sheet here, okay, and then you get, let's see, where did it go? Oh, then you get some sentiments in your 6.5 by 6.5 sheet, okay. You get your stamps come with sentiments. You get another sheet here that has sentiments on it, okay, and then not to mention, like at the bottom part you get some other sentiments here, which I think is beautiful. You get some other sentiments in the 6x6. Here's a couple of other ones that you get. You cut aparts. You get the 2 little charms, and then you also get some more sentiments here. So you have tons of sentiments to choose from. So, but for this card, since I'm making it for a special friend of mine, I am going to go ahead and put this right here. And it says, friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they are always there. And so I thought that would really, it fits because she lives out of state and I don't get to see her at all. But we always stay in touch. We always call each other at least every couple of months and check in, make sure everything's good. So anyway, just thought that that would be a perfect saying for her. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. And of course I forgot to ink my edges. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. I don't even know if she watches my YouTube videos. I know she knows that I make them, but I don't. She's not a crafter, which is really weird. But she's not a crafter, and but she knows that I'm into crafts. But I don't think she watches my videos, so she won't know. She won't see this card. So anyway, so there's our first card from our Cardology box. So I almost said Craftology box. That's not it. It's the Cardology box. So I hope you all had fun making that. I hope you all give this one a try. And I'd love to see your cards that you guys make, and please post them on Country Craft Creations. And also I will have the link below so you know where to buy your Cardology box. Also, join us on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. That's our Facebook page, and we would love to have you. And don't forget, if you make a card from the Cardology box, please tag me, and so I can see what beautiful cards you all make with this box, because I would love to see them all. Thank you so much, and talk to you soon. Bye!